We ready?
We are live. Yes, I'm ready. Welcome to the It's Better With You Browns Fancast. How's everybody doing out there? Thanks for tuning in. You're listening to our opening music. We'll give them a shout out in a second. We got today's fans, 0 and 16, here we come. 1 and 23. And myself, Kaiser Sose. How's it going this morning, gentlemen?
Doing well.
Feeling good, John. Feeling good. Not as good as Jim, though.
Another glorious Cleveland Browns Sunday.
Anyone have a tailgating beverage?
I do.
All right, nice work. Is that a Halloween cat?
This is the first cup that I grabbed out of the cupboard this morning.
Nice, nice. Well, we usually tune in on Wednesdays, but we're tuning in this morning. Kind of like this Sunday morning business. But, you know, you can see this is not a professional broadcast because some people think that they can just get up and leave whenever they want.
Say that. Say that ever again.
All right, let's get into 0-16's favorite part of the day, and that's our agenda. So here's what we got, guys. Here's what we got, guys. We got what we're doing right now, the intros and agenda. I know that's your favorite one, 0-16. We got What Did We Just Watch, our bye-week version. Browns quotes. What the hell are we doing here? That's our news and notes section. And the You Heard It Here First. I did the recap of 2 weeks ago when we did our last broadcast, and I think that you guys will be every week. We've had a You Heard It Here First winner. So, we'll see if it's someone different than it has been in the previous weeks.
Yay.
All right, guys.
What exactly do we win?
Well, as soon as we have a sponsor, I'll let you know. Here's some headlines from What Did We Just Watch, the bye-week version. I'm going to rattle off some of them, and then we'll just kind of get started. I
can do a live read for Universal Windows if you want me to.
Well, yeah, of course I want you to.
Can I have some windows?
As soon as the check clears, you can do a live read.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's fine. The front office was so we'll start here. The front office was surprised, quote unquote, by the Garoppolo trade, and the front office went home early on Halloween. You guys have any responses for either of those two situations?
Nope. Don't care. Doesn't matter.
1 and 23. How about you? Does that matter?
Extremely disappointing, but not surprised.
Okay. All right. Next up, the team botched the trade for A.J. McCarron. Anyone mad?
Nope.
I'm glad it got botched because it's too much to give up for a backup quarterback. But
who is either a restricted or unrestricted free agent?
You look like a bunch of fucking assholes. Bumbling idiots with your head up your ass.
Man. You are already on fire this morning. Bumbling dunderheads.
Have we ever gotten to the bottom of who exactly botched the whole thing up? Was it Sashi? Was it the coaches? Was it somebody else in the front office? Deep Podesta? Was it Jimmy?
All they said when Sashi did his press conference, all he said was they messed it up. It was a timing issue. They got started too late. Da-da-da-da-da. They just weren't able to do it.
So they must have got the memo that the trading deadline was at 4 at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, it is? Oh, we had no idea. We better get on this trade.
That's why I put the first 2 points up there. How are you surprised that Garoppolo's traded? That means you weren't doing anything, which goes to the second one. You're home early. There's reports, right? The coaching staff is calling other NFL people and like saying these dudes are not engaged. And then something happens. Then they try to trade for A.J. McCarron. Maybe they start the process at 3:55.
Hold on.
I'm so confused by the whole thing. Why are they trying to trade for either one of these stiffs anyway? And it was a second wasn't good enough for Garoppolo, and then you want to do a second and a third for freaking A.J. McCarron?
Yeah, right.
I don't understand what's going on. I mean, after the trade deadline, if I would have told you that you could have gave up a second third, a fourth, and a seventh, and got Jay Ajayi, Garoppolo, and Kelvin Benjamin, would you have taken those 3 trades?
Wow. Yeah.
Yes.
Without
How did they miss all of them?
down.
How did they miss all of them? Benjamin wasn't what? Didn't Benjamin go for a fourth or a third? I'm sorry, one of the two. And then Ajayi went for a fourth and a seventh.
Fourth, yeah.
We have freaking 600 picks next year and cap space out the ass, and you missed on all 3 of those players when you desperately need every single one of those positions to be filled with somebody.
I hate to reiterate what everyone is saying, but they're asleep at the switch.
Especially Benjamin.
There's no other explanation for
it. Did they have no idea whatsoever that Benjamin was even on the market for that cheap of a price? Yeah, right. They could have jumped over the Bills and said, "Hey, we'll give you a second."
That's what I mean.
We have nobody.
Right. You have 79 picks, and then
If there's reports of you being surprised that someone got traded, and there's reports that you're leaving the office early, now I know you can take stuff with you and work from home and stuff like that. Trust me, know all about it. But if there's reports on that, that means that the coaching staff is obviously disgruntled. Like you guys said, you don't even have your finger on the pulse of free agency if you're not even looking into stuff like that. Now, they did say, and this isn't in there, but this just came out, I think, Friday, that they were also trying to trade back for Terrell Pryor. Did you see that? Did you guys see that? I read it this morning. Like they were trying to trade back for him. Washington was like, nah, I don't think so. How do you let a guy go?
I never heard that. But I'm just, I still go back to the Benjamin thing. If you knew that the Bills were offering a third for him, would you throw in fucking Kenny Britt in a second? Here you go. Fucking take him. Yep. We don't want this asshole anymore. They could have had any one of those 3 players if they really wanted him.
Kenny Britt has about as much value as my toenail. So
Kenny Britt, Kenny
I
Britt
get the point.
Now listen, Kenny Britt you heard it here first when he said that the Browns are going to be scary in November and December.
They're scary, all right.
I can't wait.
I'm afraid to watch.
I can't wait.
Guess what? It is officially November, so yeah, they're pretty scary.
All right, the couple more things. Corey Coleman is back practicing, but he won't be playing today. And Josh Gordon is reinstated, but he'll be starting in December, last 5 games. What do you guys think? Is that going to help?
Assuming that, he's
a lot of time between now and then.
Don't call him and try to get him into some trouble. Oh, such a hater. You guys are so mean.
What are you drinking this morning?
We're gonna have a huge Josh Gordon segment that week that he comes back, just so you guys know, because both of you hate him so much.
All right, I'll make sure I'm not here.
We're going to do it live from the Justice Center for his arraignment.
Dude, you guys are horrible. He's going to be awesome. All right, everyone is practicing except Joe Thomas.
Everyone's healthy.
Everyone's healthy except for Larry Ogunjobi, and Corey Coleman's not back till next week.
Okay, right. So that's not everybody.
But we got Brean Body Calhoun back. We got McCourty back. We got Myles Garrett back. Woo!
So we should see a concerted effort to play 10 against 11 today again.
So you guys still think that Peppers is going to be lined up 25 yards back?
Well, that's the thing. I heard on the radio yesterday or the other day that basically we don't have a free safety, so they're playing Peppers back there because we don't have anybody that can play that position. Even when healthy?
Or he's the best one. Yeah. And if you think about it, Derek Kindred is actually rated pretty high this year, so he's got that strong safety spot.
Well, what are you going to do now?
Peppers is not a linebacker. I mean, Peppers is not a linebacker.
By the way, your boy
what about Ed Reynolds?
Wilds is out this week.
Who?
Ed Reynolds.
Brandon Wilds is out.
That slow white guy, that old white guy that we had?
Is he still on the team?
No, he's decent.
Where is he? Is he playing anywhere? What
he's not asking.
Why are you throwing out Ed Reynolds? I mean, come on. He's not playing anywhere.
Right.
We have to. I mean, you know what? Right. He's playing out of position, but I would still venture a guess that Peppers is better than Ed Reynolds.
The best one I heard so far is Peppers plays so far off the ball, he had to buy a ticket to the game.
Someone the other day said, I don't know why Peppers stays in Berea while everybody else goes to the stadium to play the game.
Yeah, I think that was London Fletcher said that in an interview, I think.
Oh, man. Can't believe you just brought Ed Reynolds.
They went across the pond, and he stayed on this side of the pond.
All right, let's get to some quotes. First up.
My favorite.
The goal is to be the best wide receiver of all time.
Josh Gordon.
Bam.
Oh, man.
Does he have time?
I thought for sure that was Kenny Britt.
That's not his goal. His goal is to stay out of trouble and do as little work as possible. He can't even do either one of those.
He's doing a fine job.
Well, he's doing fine at doing as little work as possible.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a consensus on him achieving this goal. I mean, you guys don't even think he's going to touch the field. Is that correct? I mean, you guys know he's going to play. Or do you really think he's going to get into some trouble?
How do you know what he's going to do? I mean, like I said, there's a lot of days between now and the day he's actually scheduled to take the field.
I'm tired of it. I don't want to hear it. If he's on the field, great. But I'm sick of talking about that guy.
Man, you guys are so bitter with him.
I'm not running out and buying my Josh Gordon jersey, if you know what I mean.
Goodell reinstated him. I think it's time for you guys to be nice.
Why are you not bitter?
I like Josh Gordon. I think Josh Gordon has been wrongfully outed. I believe that every NFL player gets ample time with which they need to take their drug tests. And he just got caught. He's too busy being enabled by coaches, and he got caught being young, and he got the book handed to him. Yeah, I do.
Because he's been doing that his entire life, so I don't know.
Sure. I hope that he gets help in recovery, and I hope that he is able to be successful. But I do think that the policy
made it everybody else's fault, and that's not fair. It's not everybody else's fault. It's his own fault. It's bullshit.
Yeah. No, mine is more of I think that NFL players should be. I don't think marijuana should be exempt from their list of medications.
Nobody, but you know what? That's not.
This is far from a marijuana problem.
No.
But that's still, and regardless.
It all started. That's why it started. If it was a
marijuana
problem.
Okay, I don't care if he's smoking crack on the 50-yard line at halftime. The problem is it's fucking illegal still as far as the NFL is concerned, and he still does it. He continued to do it. It's not the coaches enabling him. It's not anybody else except Josh Gordon. He's not a child.
Yep.
Not when you're getting millions of dollars. I don't give a shit. He's not a child.
He is. When you're 21, they all are, right? All of those kids are kids, regardless. They're fresh out of college. I mean, Kaiser's he was 20 years old when he was drafted.
What age does he become an adult?
18.
When do we start? I'm not asking you technically. I'm asking you in your views because you're calling him a kid at 21. So when is it no longer everybody else's problem and everybody else is enabling him? When does he take responsibility for his own actions?
No. I think he has. That's what I mean. I think right now he has, and time will tell whether or not he has lived up to what he said, which is him taking control of his problem.
That's all we can't sit here and speculate whether we should start building him a statue out front.
We're gonna do a feature on him after his first game back.
All
right, who's this? He looks the part on tape, that's for sure.
John Holmes.
This is not a Brown, but they're talking about a Brown. He looks the part on tape, that's for
Myles
sure.
Garrett.
That's who they're talking about. Who said it?
He looks the part on tape.
He looks the part on tape, that's for sure.
Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford.
That's my guess.
That's true. That's right.
Oh.
Hey, there you go.
Great. I knew it was nobody on the Browns. So.
Is it true? Does he look the part on the tape? Do we even have enough tape on the guy? There was some people that are already discounting him as the next Courtney Brown.
Wow.
Myles Garrett is the next Courtney Brown.
Wow.
See? You're one of them.
Yep.
Are you eating Wheaties?
No.
Wow.
Now, you guys can't see this picture, but I stole a picture of our new uniforms from Eric Drost.
Wait.
Yep.
Just
With
so you
new
know.
uniform?
Just so you know.
Show it to us.
Because I put it in there. Oh, no, you can't. You got to see it afterwards. You guys can't see the slides.
This is a
All right, last one. Last
four-star operation here.
Are we redoing the uniforms again?
Well, they're eligible to do it in 2020.
Right. The uniforms suck, and we all agree.
You don't like the Browns up the leg?
No, I hate it.
All right, guys, here we go. If we're racing to get as good as we can, as fast as we can, we would have a different strategy. That isn't ours. We want it to be sustainable. We want it to be good. And when we get there, we'll be good for a long time. I'll read it
Pat
one more
Shurmur.
time. If we were racing to get as good as we can, as fast as we can, we would have a different strategy. That isn't ours. We want it to be sustainable. We want to be good, and when we get there, we'll be good for a long time.
That's hogwash.
I gave you my guess, Pat Shurmur.
No. Pat Shurmur says, well, you know what we got to do? We got to go out there and score more points than the other team.
Got to be Sashi.
Sashi. Right? So, what he's saying is, if they were trying to get as good as they could, as fast as they could, meaning not going through an entire rebuild, they would have a different strategy. Their strategy is to be sustainable.
Right.
What is the strategy?
When they get there, they'll be good for a long time.
Okay, so what is the strategy?
What about the Buffalo Bills?
What is the strategy?
What's the long-term strategy for the Bills? Are the Bills any good?
The Bills have 5 wins. They're 5-3.
They traded for Calvin Benjamin, got him for peanuts.
So we like the Bills' strategy. Did the Bills do a total rebuild?
No.
No, Rams. I mean, I don't understand.
What did the Rams do? Oh, the Rams had Goff. They sat him last year.
They fired their coach. And they have a second-year quarterback. I don't know.
Okay, so and they're doing pretty good. Does anyone think the Rams are going to get to the Super Bowl?
No, but
I can't discount them yet.
6-2 or whatever they are.
Right.
And 2 years ago they were 3-13 or 2-14 or something. I
still don't know what our plan is. I'm trying to figure out what the plan is. What is the plan?
I think the plan, if I were to guess.
I heard you just read that quote to us twice, verbatim. I'm assuming just the way it rolled out of Sashi's mouth. I still don't know what the plan is.
Neither do I.
To be as bad as you can for as long as you can, and then mistakenly be good. Oops, I don't know. We're good.
They got, like everyone has always said, they ripped it down to the studs and started over. So this is their team.
What is this ripping it down to the studs? What does that even mean?
They got rid of, there are 3 people, there's 10 people on the team with more than 3 years of experience. Now, granted, right, the record, I know their record, right, but you guys are ripping on first and second year players and mad that they're not all-stars and all-pros. It's not, it's impossible.
We're ripping on the person that put that roster on the field.
Okay.
You cannot run an organization like this.
So they've got. Here's the thing. So they've got no picks right.
Their draft picks are terrible.
They're terrible.
But I'm talking about the veterans they let go. There's no reason Joe Hayden shouldn't be on this team. None.
No.
How's Joe Hayden doing in Pittsburgh?
I got to take issue with that.
No idea.
Joe Hayden sucks. Now, would I have gotten rid of every single veteran that I had to do the rip it down to the studs? No, I wouldn't have kept Joe Hayden, though, but I would have.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm sure the coaching.
Something for him. That's what I'm talking about with this regime. They got nothing for him. They just cut him.
I like
that. Hayden, but there's no reason to field a team that's average age is 23 or whatever it is, and then you're proud of that. What?
Hey,
well, no,
well,
I think John
think
looks at it more as a viable excuse for their terrible play.
Yeah, I do. And here's the thing:
I want to see him.
No one thought we were going to win this year. No one thought we were going to win this year. And
it's not about winning though. But it's not about winning. How about showing some promise and being competitive?
Three or four games is still. Here's the thing. You guys remember that year when Eric Mangini rattled off 4 consecutive wins at the end of the season?
Yeah, then he got fired.
If Hughes' benchmark is only if Hughes' benchmark is only 3 or 4 games, and he feels confident that he's not going to get fired, you guys are saying you believe that they're not going to win a game, that they're not going to win 3 games of the next 8 that we have.
Not a chance.
No, that's why I bet you $20 that they wouldn't.
Right. No way.
You better get your $20 ready, and I don't want a bunch of pennies either.
It's funny that you guys can't. I think that they will, especially once they get Corey Coleman and Josh Gordon back.
Okay. let me tell you something.
It doesn't make any sense. You're talking about wide receivers when they don't have anybody to throw the fucking ball.
You lead the league in turnovers, penalties, and
coachable, fixable things.
You're probably pretty damn close in missed field goals too. So
yeah. What the heck is that, guys?
How do you win games like that?
Hey, those are coachable, fixable things, guys.
Okay, but you know what?
With rookies and young people, that's coachable, fixable things.
They're coachable, fixable things that happen for 8 weeks straight. When does it stop?
Probably
when
today.
Does that not happen? Yeah, today's the day against Detroit.
John, don't you think penalties are a fixable thing?
I just said it was. I just said they were. That's why I said.
Why isn't it? It's 2 years in now and it's still not fixed.
It's gonna
last game they penalty before the game even started.
What
are you doing with that?
That was offsides on the kickoff.
I was trying to put my microphone up so I could take a sip of my beer. But I'm getting yelled at. I feel like I have to defend myself. What penalty before the kickoff? I want to know that, though. Tell me.
Was that the last game or 2 games ago? We were offsides on our own kickoff. A penalty before the game even started.
That's fixable, Tim. Those are coachable and fixable mistakes.
You guys are so bitter. You guys are so bitter. All right.
Hey, I told you. I've said I'm not going to judge this team on the first 8 weeks. I'm judging them on the last 8 weeks.
You guys are so harsh, though. Well, okay. So
last week was the only week that I enjoyed so far.
Oh my gosh, come on.
Because they were on a fucking bye.
Listen. All right. Fuck it. We're moving on to the next segment. All right. Listen, I really shorted the what the hell did we just do here? And I think we talked about some of the storylines already, but they're coming off a bye week. The defense is at full strength.
Oh, boy.
And the Lions struggle with their defensive line and their offensive line. Do you guys see any chance of any type of progress against this team with us being healthy? 8 games into the season, maybe something's clicking, and maybe these guys see what's going on, and they want to fight for their coach. Do we see any of that against a Lions team? If you really look at who they beat, they haven't beaten anybody. The only team that beat us that they beat is Minnesota, and it was like a 14-7 kind of fluky game. I mean, the Lions have played – they beat who they're supposed to beat, but the people they beat aren't any good.
How many people have we beat?
They've lost to anyone that's good. Don't do that. We all are aware of the record.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to say anything.
All right, so no one's picking the Browns until they win and show you something.
No. Why would you?
What are you picking them to do exactly? What is it that you're picking? Are you picking them to win today?
Play a perfect game. I'm not saying that. We might get into that when we get to you heard it here first. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Hugh is right. They do have to play a perfect game, which means he thinks the roster is shit, and it is.
Mm-hmm.
And his coaching doesn't help either. So they're not going to win. And guess that's all there is.
No chance against the Lions, huh? The Lions have no line. They have neither line.
Is this the Great Lakes Classic?
Our defense is back to full strength. And you guys don't think that Jason McCourty will show up, or you don't think?
I like I like McCourty and I like Garrett. I think you might get some production there.
That guy, the left tackle that Garrett's going against, has just back up off the PUP list. Myles Garrett is gonna. If Myles Garrett is anything that we think he's gonna be, he should slaughter that left tackle.
Well, he looks.
But our left tackle's going to get slaughtered too, so it evens out.
By who? There's no one on their defensive line, and that's the point. And Spencer Drango did awesome against the Vikings, and I wouldn't say awesome like all pro, but he did good. He did. He did good. You guys are so negative. Don't be mad that we have no offense. It's not our fault.
Oh, God. Spencer Drango.
I'm going to have to watch the tape.
I'm going to have to refer to the tape after today.
Minnesota had that beast of a DL who did nothing. I mean, he had 1 sack.
Everson Griffin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
That's
nothing.
All because of Spencer Drango.
If you get 1 sack a game, you get 16 sacks. That's a Pro Bowl season. So, I don't know.
Saying he held his own.
Spencer Drango.
Okay,
yes.
Whatever. They lost.
I'm not saying he's all pro, but yeah.
All right.
Spencer Drango.
Good enough.
Any other news and notes that we haven't mentioned so far?
Spencer Drango. Oh, we did mention him. I'm sorry.
All right. We're going into the You Heard It Here First. So you guys heard it here first. Remember,
did we touch on Josh Gordon today?
We're not talking about him until I won't bring him up until after.
So the next Fancast.
All right, please. I don't want to. Please, no Josh Gordon until
after the first game that he plays. Not even before.
14 or
whatever. We're gonna make a pact right now that we won't speak of Josh Gordon until he either plays or gets arrested again.
He won't even be in the slideshow. He won't even be on the agenda.
So next week when he's going before the judge, or in 3-4 weeks when he actually plays, will be the next time we speak about him.
That's correct. After December 3rd, so whatever that Fancast is, that Wednesday, that's when we're going to bring it up. But then every single week after, we're going to have one slide dedicated to my man, the used car salesman extraordinaire. Wants to be the best wide receiver in this league, Josh Token Gordon.
Wow.
All right.
There you go.
You heard it here first. This image is from Mark Podolick, and he did that for the Minnesota game. I kept it in there. So here we go. We got Jim's Jim texted in his prediction. He said 27-10 Vikings. Browns score a defensive touchdown. We have Adam Thielen will be the focal point. Close game. Browns. No, this next one is from Kaiser Kessler, who gives a shit, a.k.a. 0-16. Here we come. Adam Thielen will be the focal point. Close game. Browns score first. 17-30 Vikings over Browns. And I said a 24-10 slaughter. 6 total holding and false start penalties for the Browns. I don't think we had that because Spencer Drango did so well. So let's look at how we did. All right, so Jim, I crossed yours out. 27-10 Vikings. That was a close score. The Browns did not score a defensive touchdown. 24-10 slaughter was 6 holding and false start penalties. I crossed out. So Adam Thielen played a great game. It was close in the first half-ish, but then it was like 33-17. So Cody Kessler Kaiser, who gives a shit, you win again.
There you go.
So how do you feel about your victory there? 0-16, here we come.
It's too bad that it's so predictable. I mean, I don't know how you guys could have been so far off on that one. Browns score a defensive touchdown. Who said that?
I don't know. I don't know.
They're lucky to score an offensive touchdown. Now we're throwing defensive touchdowns on the field.
We're going back to the slide here. I gotta write in our predictions. So we're playing the Lions. You guys, I clearly know who you're going to be rooting for and pulling for, and it's not going to be the Browns. So what are your You Heard It Here First predictions for this week's game? 0-16, you want to start, or do we want 0-23 to start?
Either or, doesn't matter.
All right, go for it, 0-16.
I'm going to go 35-10. Lions.
Jesus. You guys are a-holes.
And I'll tell you why. Unfortunately, I'll say this, and this is, I mean, Matt Stafford his career has always thrown for over 4,000 yards. This year he's well over 22. He's already over 2,200 yards this year with 14 touchdowns and 4 picks.
Yeah.
And the Browns secondary, I don't care if they're healthy or not, they won't be able to keep up with Jones. They won't. It's going to be they're going to throw. And if Amir Abdullah or whatever his name is running the ball well, we're going to get slaughtered.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Clearly you did not watch the game on Monday. Amir Abdullah had 2 fumbles. That guy that they brought in after him totally blows. And we're good against the run. We are awesome against the run. Please stop with this.
What did I just say?
Number 6 in the NFL in run defense.
What did I just say?
I don't know. I stopped listening.
If Amir Abdullah is running the ball effectively, the play action will eat us up and we'll get killed. If the word is if, I didn't say he would. I don't put any stock in Amir Abdullah. I don't have him on my fucking fantasy team. But I sure as hell don't put any stock in the Browns being able to stop anybody from scoring when you're playing 10 against 11.
They have a top 10 defense, but they're like 24th in points scored. However, the Lions struggle in the red zone.
35-10.
Yeah, but the
35-10, is there anything else? Any other fluff or flair to add to that so we can differentiate? Any other
35-10. You heard it here first.
Fine. 1-23. What's your? You heard it here first.
Oh, I'm going to say the Browns put forth a spirited effort, but lose 27-10. That will be my prediction. Again, 2 weeks in a row, 27-10. Vikings. Matt Stafford is he's a good quarterback, so he'll put up the points, and our quarterback won't do anything. So.
How
long until Kaiser gets yanked for Kessler?
No, Kaiser's going to play the
first
whole
half
game.
Or second pick.
This is going to be. I think it's going to be the Duke Johnson show. And if we score more than 19, we're going to win.
We never give Duke Johnson the ball enough, so why do you think
I'm going to say 21-20. Browns?
Yeah. Your upset pick of the week, Johnny the Greek, upset pick of the week? Is that what
I'm telling you, if this comes through, if this pick comes through for me, I'm never doing another Fancast again.
God, I hope this comes through for you.
I hope it does.
21-20 Browns. Who are the 3 Browns that you have pegged to score a touchdown today?
Well, only one.
Exactly.
One guy's going to score 3 touchdowns.
Duke?
Well, I think Duke will score 1. He might score 2.
Kaiser's going to run 1 in.
Kaiser will run 1 in. Maybe even the Crow will get 1, but they're not going to. Obviously, they're not going to pass it. It's going to be a lot of dink and dunk, trying to and I think they'll get a couple. They might score 1 off of a defensive turnover.
It'll be 21-3 at halftime, and you're going to be shitting egg rolls.
Yeah, probably something like that.
No, the Lions suck. The Lions suck, you guys. I think we're all sad that the Browns are 0-8, but you're not looking at the Lions for who they are. That's a suck team, middle of the road, not really doing anything. I know Stafford's good, but they're shitty in the red zone. So,
John, we've played 6 suck teams so far this year, and we've done nothing against them.
You guys are giving no credence to the fact that we got a young team. They've got a bye week.
None of which
they're healthy,
like Matt Stafford. I'm not building him.
Who are the 6? Who are the 6? I know we should have beaten the Colts, right?
Sure.
Probably should have beaten the Jets, but the Jets are better than everybody thought. So.
Okay. So, and apparently the fucking Detroit is worse than everybody thinks, or
worse than I think.
1 out of 3 people think.
Yeah,
I mean, who looks at Detroit and says, "Oh, they're a good team"?
Whoever they've beaten so far.
Yeah. Okay. San Francisco. Woo.
They're not terrible.
They're not a terrible team.
Okay.
And they're not 0-8.
They're not great. They're not good. They probably won't make the playoffs.
Okay, but you're going on the road, and you're going to lose.
Maybe.
No, 21-20, John. And then this is the final fan cast. And that's what I'm pulling for, the final fan cast.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Clearly, we are split. We will not be talking about Josh Gordon until after December 3rd, but you will see us maybe next Wednesday on the It's Better With You fan cast if the Browns pull off a victory. And if not, I don't know. Maybe we'll just call it something else. All right, everyone. You heard it here first. Get the bags ready. Get the beer ready. Make sure your favorite dog is sitting next to you. And go watch the Browns. And remember, everyone, it's better with you. Or is it?
See ya.